boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm ForClassic and welcome to BenchART. So for today what I do bring you here is Wolfenstein Youngblood. This is the latest Wolfenstein. It's not my favorite though, but still it is the latest, and since it is the latest, it is what includes the, all the evolved technology of IDTech 6, which is the engine behind the other Wolfenstein games and Doom since the reboot. So I love this engine because it performs really well. Unfortunately, it doesn't perform well on old AMD cards or old Nvidia cards, but any recent graphic card performs pretty well. Although, despite how well it runs the GTX 1650 Super, it isn't able to deliver a stable experience at ultra settings or uber settings or main living settings, and that's why I do recommend you to go with the high settings. As soon as you start the game with ultra settings or with uber settings or main living, you get a warning that the VRAM it is not enough for the textures that you are using, and so that's it. So looking to the recommendation, they say that you need to have a Ryzen 5 1600X, 16 gigs of RAM and the GTX 1060. The GTX 1650 Super, it is able to deliver, a performance similar or better than the GTX 1060. Although the GTX 1060 have 6GB of VRAM and our graphic card only have 4GB. So for the high settings, like I told you, it is just fine. You get an experience above 100 frames per second and it is smooth and silky smooth, The ultra settings and the uber settings, despite I didn't got a frame rate lower than 60 frames per second, and honestly, I didn't notice too much stuttering at all. The frame time graph on MSI Afterburner and sometimes the performance statistics behind, on the right corner of the screen that you are watching, at ultra settings or uber settings, there are some times that it really gets a little bit down and you start to receive a lot of warnings regarding stuttering and VRAM. I didn't notice too much stuttering, but still it exists, and who knows how well or bad it could perform in more complex maps on forward into the game. So my recommendation is to play with the high settings, just like I'm doing in here. There isn't too much difference in graphics aside from the anisotropic filtering, which you can raise if you want. But yeah, like I said, the high settings or the ultra settings or the uber settings for me felt pretty much the same in my opinion. Just the performance, it is different on the high settings. It is much higher, and that is quite noticeable. Despite we don't really need those extra performance, this is just a single player game. But still, it is amazing how well this game runs and looks pretty much the same as the maximum settings, like I told you. If you don't want to play at the high settings, if you want to play at ultra settings or uber settings, make sure the image streaming, also known as texture quality, it is set to high settings instead of ultra, or you will get those stutterings. So yeah, that's pretty much that I want to talk about Wolfenstein Youngblood. High settings is my recommendation for this game, and it runs flawlessly fine. It is insane in my opinion. That's all. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Snazzy's going down.
bleiben! Macht euch bereit!
Be there, ain't fucking sap. Taking care of you, Jess.
Du stehst im Weg! Geh mir aus der Schusslinie!
Listen up, sisters. There's a high-value target using a car parked near your location. Get there and plant a bomb on it. Good luck, sisters.
Look, the hospital. We have to get that Marianne lady out of there.
Okay.
Ja, aber...
Hey, du!
Seh noch ihre Spuren. That super soldier needs to die.
In Ordnung! Wechsel Position!
I'm on this one. You can do this, Jess!
Hell yeah! so fucking cool, so...
Bürger von Neu-Paris. Keine Sorge, wir haben alles unter Kontrolle.
Attackiere sie von der Seite!
Moving out the command room! Straight ahead!